Hello, Twitter world.
Hello, Twitter world. Yours truly.
What is that from?
That's OJ.
OJ.
When he got out of prison.
Is that what he said?
He'd always get
Every morning.
He'd get on Twitter multiple videos a day, and he'd always start them off by
Hello, Twitter world.
Hello, Twitter world. It's yours truly.
Yours truly.
And then he'd go on his little
All right.
spiel.
Okay, now I know. All right. Learn something new every day.
Hey, shout out G-Lo.
Shout out G-Lo.
G-Lo, he called me again this morning telling me how much he enjoyed the podcast.
Nice.
Thanks, G-Lo.
Thanks, G-Lo. We appreciate
Hey,
you, brother.
like and subscribe, comment.
Welcome to the Top Shelf Grumbling Podcast with Dan the Don Walls. This episode is brought to you by our sponsors. Lawn Hub for all your lawn care needs. Price Cutter, the best meat in town, Hale State. Russell Motors, go see Austin. He's got what you need. Butcher Block Restaurant, voted Best Biscuit and Best Breakfast 2025. Available wherever you get your podcasts, coming to you from the Wilder Fitness Studio. Presenting a Where You Media production, this is Top Shelf Grumbling. All right, guys, we're back here with the Top Shelf Grumbling Podcast on Monday night. We're going to do a little pregame show here before the National Championship gets started off. We got a couple things we want to talk about. Portal news, late portal additions and stuff is kind of wrapping up, and maybe a big men's basketball game that we won on Saturday.
Maybe a little NFL too.
Little NFL, absolutely. Wrapped up the NFL postseason to get to our two games to figure out who's going to go to the Final Four of the NFL.
Y'all kind of want to talk about the Natty Championship for a second?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
I've picked against Indiana all year. I'm no longer going to pick against Indiana. I think they win. I put a weekend teaser and a weekend parlay out. And every other game is hit so far. I've got Indiana -1 and Indiana -9.
That just means this one's for sure to not hit.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that last game, it seems like.
It always does.
Absolutely.
I got Miami. I think.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't really care either way.
I don't either.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, but I just think Mesidor and Ruben Bain, I think they're going to create a nightmare for Mendoza for a little bit. He can run a little bit too, but they're just so good up front. I'm hoping it just causes some issues with them.
Yeah. Speaking of Miami, I kind of heard
Miami.
But their tight end coach might be coming to Ole Miss.
Ooh, all right. Breaking news on that.
Supposedly he's from Hernando. We hadn't hired a tight end coach yet.
Hadn't hired one yet.
This guy's from Hernando.
Fitz.
He supposedly he's a real good recruiter on the offensive line too.
Well, that's what we need.
Yeah.
And he hopefully can bring maybe one or two with him. And
I wanted to ask y'all, what do y'all think it is? Why Ole Miss can't recruit multiple great offensive linemen?
Because it's hard. That's the hardest. I've always been told it's the hardest position there is.
Absolutely.
Everybody's looking for offensive line.
Everybody is
offensive line,
and there's not a whole lot of elite talent. Like there's a bazillion elite wide receivers. There's a bazillion elite defensive backs, but there's not a bazillion elite offensive linemen. There's good, but there's not elite.
And now, so you can't hardly sell somebody on coming in and how you gonna be the backup.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so I should be starting. I won't touch. I mean, how that.
Bryson Sanders.
You're getting paid now.
This is his first year starting, and I think he ain't a senior, is he? He's got to be at least a junior, like a redshirt junior. He's been here a while, and he's been a damn good rebel.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the first ones to re-sign. So who'd you pick?
We were talking I was going to say we were talking pre-show about what we wanted versus what we thought. I hope that either Indiana just beats Miami into a pulp, or Miami wins it in a close one. I think are my two good scenarios from kind of an Ole Miss perspective.
Absolutely,
it would be good for us. But
I don't know if they lose in a close one, it's going to sting me.
Yeah, I think
it's going to sting me.
I think that it's there's going to be just a little bit of a letdown. I think Miami actually is going to win this too. I know it's.
Whoa! Wait a second here.
The money has also been shifting this week back towards Miami. So
I think if Indiana blows them out, I just want Carson Beck to have thrown 4 picks, fumbled a couple. I want him to have the worst game possible
of his life.
Yeah,
that's what I want for him.
I just think Miami's defense is something completely different than anything that Indiana's seen all year.
I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I heard
even
about
Ohio
their
State
defense, I thought to myself, I mean, how good can they be?
Mm-hmm.
They're real.
Their D line is that good. I knew they were that good.
But it's just like our defense from last year, previous 2024. Our defensive line was so good that it made every part of our defense look 10 times better and made their jobs easier. So,
well, I'm going to start with the guys' initials are TD. They made him look real good.
yeah.
What's his name? Dudley or went to LSU? He changed his
TJ
name.
Dudley.
TD.
They made him look a lot better than what he was, but that's not sour grapes.
I did see a stat that said the 10 missed tackles in the Fiesta Bowl, we've replaced 8 of those. So
we were not a very good and it's not knock on either one of those guys. It was as a whole, really. We were not that good of a tackling team this year.
TJ Dudley's not a good linebacker. He's smart.
He's a good. I'm not saying he's
up.
not a good linebacker. He's not worth what they're finna pay him.
No, I think
all.
it was just a dollars and cents thing. And
What was it reported that we had him at around $400,000, and then his agent
wanted
said $1,750,000 to $1 million.
And of course, this is not a surprise either. But you see these guys, they're not getting near what they were promised to get in the transfer portal either. You know,
lots of folks getting in the portal that are now trying to get back with their team.
And they go, I'm sorry, you know,
you've been replaced. You decided to go out and test the waters.
And like we talked about,
are they
free agency with no guardrails.
Teams, so if they leave, they get in the transfer portal. Their spot is. The school doesn't have to.
No, gosh, no. There's no rules on either side.
See, which
you don't have to hold their spot.
I figured since we couldn't hold the players to anything, that the school was getting screwed somehow. So I figured
they can't. They don't have to hold their spot or anything like that. Absolutely not.
It's honor their scholarship, I guess is what I'm saying.
No.
I bet most schools probably would.
This goes back to Walker Jones too. What we've been talking about. He has a system, if you will, I guess, and what they think they value each player, and they're not going to pay. They overpay a little bit here and there, but not even really that. They're not going to grossly overpay for a player, though.
And they're also very, they're worried. They're working with the actual football team and the coaches and everything to make sure the fit is correct. It's not just we're going out and getting the most expensive player who has the biggest name and 5-star plus. And hold on, just real quick. Nick Saban said that they didn't care about stars today. I had to interject with that. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. He
may not have cared because he didn't have nothing lower than
they didn't know. They didn't know who 5-star players were. The people who were making them 5 stars didn't know if they were 5-star or not. It's like, well, then why were every one of them 5 stars that you got?
Why did you sign the number 1 recruit class for like 15 years in a row?
Coincidence.
Anyway,
just scouting, good scouting.
Nice car dealership.
Well, it could have been too that I have noticed this. Some of these recruiting sites, whenever they commit to a certain school, like
I know it's always
they'll go from a 5-star to a 4-star.
Yeah,
and then a kid waiting for his 5th star, he commits to Alabama. Well, guess what?
He's going to get it. Oh, because he's at Alabama now. Yeah, I guess
that's always bothered me.
Interesting.
It used to be really, really bad when it came to that. It was like a state player, an Ole Miss player would get they'd commit to State or Ole Miss, and then they would literally lose and start go down the rankings. The next time the rankings come out, like I don't know, like you said, if they go to Bama, they're gonna go up in the rankings.
Yeah.
But
Ole Miss is getting some late portal additions, and
absolutely.
If you go and I looked at the entire list of the folks that we've gotten so far, and it looks like an entire team. If you I don't know how many exactly people we've gotten, but there's a lot of quality on that list I saw.
Last year, and really the last 3-4 years, we've gotten players on defense and stuff that we're like, they could be good. You know, it is. I didn't get that feeling with anybody this year that Ole Miss signed on the defense side of the ball. They were all like highly productive.
A lot of projects or anything. Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, they were like surefire corner from Auburn. You lock the corners down. And then we signed a plethora of
the guy
safeties.
from Florida State. I saw his tape. His tape is.
What was no Joseph Edwin? Is that it?
Yeah.
David Johnson was saying. By the way, shout out to Ole Miss 365.
Yeah, absolutely.
David Johnson was saying. I watched one of his podcasts last night. He was saying the film on that running back from the one we got has
Michigan State.
No, the other one that's got like 28 touchdowns.
Utah.
No, it was like from Southern Utah or something.
Southern Utah State or something.
He said his like film is unbelievable. He said he was so excited about him. I hadn't watched anybody's film yet, but I need to do that.
Only one I watched is Daryl Gill.
If you happen to be looking for a new forum to be a part of for whatever reason, whatever reason you
anything.
might, it could be anything.
Undercoverage
Ole Miss 365.com is the place to be.
media?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ole Miss 365.com. A different sport every day is what I heard they have going on.
And it is covered by a rebel that loves the Rebels.
Absolutely. There we go.
He is a homer, but not a unrealistic homer.
He does it with journalistic integrity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh me.
So we picked the game. We talked about a little bit of portal news.
Oh yeah, one thing too. These LSU fans are still in shambles.
No.
The LSU fans are. Bottom line is they're literally in shambles because we're not in shambles.
Yeah.
They want us to be. They thought they were going to raid our roster. They thought they were just going to we were going to be like in disarray, and the fact that we're not is like it's eating them alive. They cannot stand it.
Yeah. I think that is a huge tip of the cap to the staff for keeping
Pete Golding, absolutely.
I think 3 players went there, and three of them that I could make I could make a case for being like, okay, I understand. And one of them was going after Oklahoma, so
one of them was
really 2 of them were.
One
surprises.
of them was homesick.
Yeah.
It's from Louisiana. The only reason he didn't go to LSU the first time is because he didn't like Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
If I'd have told you when Kiffin left that all we were going to lose was what these 3 or 4 players, you would have signed that. I think Michael Borky said you would have signed it in blood.
Now, if somebody would have told you that our coach left and we have a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback, a legitimate Heisman running back, and he left, you would have you wouldn't have believed that we kept him.
Yeah.
Like you were saying.
At least both of them.
At least one.
Exactly.
James Franklin had 13 or 14 players come follow him.
And make no mistake, Kiffin tried to raid this roster. He tried to burn us to the ground because he really thinks that we should let him coach in the playoffs. And I didn't think that. I just thought that was like lip service he was giving.
No.
But I really believe that he was like in shock that we would not let we wouldn't let him coach.
We would have lost to Georgia. That's the reason why.
Yeah. He thought. I mean, he would have left after that. But Lane Kiffin. I've heard reported today. Now this is not me. I don't have any sources, but it was reported that they would have to owe Ole Miss like $590,000.
Yeah, well, $600,000
for Princewell, and plus the million
that they got to pay him on top of that.
I mean, do y'all think? I mean, he could be, but he's not worth. He's not worth.
He's got a huge upside, though. He really does. But
he's a straight third down passing.
Yeah.
Rush the passer. He's not good in run fit or anything like that.
I think that's a big thing. Is he's a one trick pony to me because he's skinny. He can get up the field and he can make those sacks if the quarterback is taking a 7-step drop. He can get to it. If they're running offense like we ran, where you get the ball out, he is ineffective. If they're running the ball, he's ineffective. Yeah. At the point of attack, he's just like sometimes Sunterry Perkins got the same thing, being too skinny at that end. I think we're going to move him back and make him a linebacker again and put somebody else bigger on the end.
We're going to have to.
I'm going to have to because it's the run fits and the run game has got to be. If we were 25 places better this year in the run game, we'd have been a completely different team with not allowing as many points. But some of these folks, I think. We also told them, hey, this is what we think you're worth because here's your tape. Here's what happened. Here are your stats. I would love to give you that blue sky money that says, hey, one of these days I'm going to be, a top 5 draft pick, but you're just not that right now. And they want top draft pick, money, but that's not neither here nor there.
I hope all these schools are going to come together too and put some guardrails on these things because every school will agree, at least privately, that something's got to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, especially to sign the contract deal. If you sign a contract then leave, that's got to be nipped in the bud first and foremost.
Yeah, these kids aren't getting held at gunpoint. They should learn.
Yeah.
Nobody made them sign that contract.
But they need to learn that once you get out of football, even once you get to the NFL, when you sign the dotted line,
that's it. Till the contract's over with.
Exactly. You can't rip it up and just say, "Oh, I need a redo."
So and so from LSU got $10,000 more than I got. I want a new deal. That's how it works.
That's not how it works in normal life.
A question for both of y'all: do you think that they should move it from this ability to change schools every single year? Should you have to be able to sign a 2-year contract, and then there have to be some crazy stipulations like in your contract, like you were promised 30% of plays and you only played whatever, something? It's got to be in the contract that that didn't happen for you to be able to get into the portal. Otherwise,
collective bargaining too is going to have to come into play.
Yeah, well,
everyone's
going to have to agree,
especially
to
on the players
the
that the
rules.
Rebels are bringing in. We would love to sign them for 2-year deals.
Well, it's not even that, but I'm just saying, it's like to curb some of this. Like, if I don't get what I want, I can move. Can you imagine? Like you said, there are 1-year deals in the NFL, but those aren't the good deals. Those are, you don't want a 1-year deal. You want a multi-year deal. The
thing is, once you sign in it, you shouldn't be able to, even like you said in the NFL, once you sign a 1-year deal, hell, they said they give you 10-day contracts.
Yeah.
Once you sign that, you can't just say, oh, well, this team over here said they'd sign me to a full-time contract.
Yeah.
Well, that don't. Hell, that's like buying a car. You can't just rip the contract up because you can't pay for it.
I know. And another thing too, I think you probably would only get two years, but if I was in charge, I would make it where you can. I mean, not 2 years, 2 times the transfer.
Yeah,
that's what they're probably going to end up trying to make it. But it should be you can only transfer 1 time without penalty.
Yeah,
I don't think
to sit out.
I agree with that. I agree because sometimes there are reasons to transfer. I get it.
I get it too. I agree.
At some point in time, you should know that that wasn't a good fit for you, and those people weren't going to treat you right, or whatever the case may be. It's on you to make a good decision as well too.
The thing is, it's going to stop these high school kids that. We have some on our team, like Kewan Lacey. Everybody, when out of high school, it was Ole Miss, Missouri, Ole Miss, Ole Miss, Ole Miss. Well, Ole Miss doesn't pay recruits out of high school. So what they do? They decided, he was like, I'll go chase a bag.
Yeah.
And then I'll collect all the money from Missouri, and then I'll transfer to Ole Miss. It helped us.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't be able to do that. They should be able to sign those high school kids to 2 years. So now you make the best decision for you.
Another thing
money.
too, that pressure is gonna go down. It's gonna go down to the high school level for these kids if you're gonna get money that you're gonna do that, they're not gonna pay you like they used to anymore, because it's more valuable to go get someone who's shown that they can play at this level, some type of level of football, or coming out of these IMG academies, or where they've got college coaches and they're teaching them how to work out, these college, games and stuff like that. But it's going to put pressure on the high schools.
I do like the 2-year thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should contract. I don't think like a TJ Finley, if he gets his 12th year approved or whatever, he's going to play
12
for
years.
his 7th or 8th team.
His 7th or 8th, 7th, I think.
Last year, when Georgia State, I heard it, but I don't know if it was true. I know he stayed at Tulane for 2 weeks, transferred to Georgia State. He was supposedly not even on their roster in week 1.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah, that shouldn't be able
It's
to be
fun.
done.
And see, another thing with his high school kids, too, 99% of true freshmen don't come into the SEC and get meaningful playing time. So that's all automatically gets in their head. Well, I didn't get to play. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And that's just not the high school kids very rarely get any playing time as a true freshman.
Well, and I think that's going to be part
now
of
and then.
That'll be part out of the recruiting process, is when you go talk to those incoming freshmen about how the process is going to go. You're either going to say, hey, you're probably going to play, or you're probably going to be a developmental piece, and you have to be honest with these kids now and say, and let them know what the path is going to be. So, and like I said, I think in the long run, you're going to miss out on some kids like that. People are going to go, oh, wish we would have gotten this so-and-so 4-star, 5-star, this person, but it wasn't going to work for our situation. So, trust the coaches and make sure that they're going to
trust Pete Golden. He knows what he's doing. Trust Walker Jones, Steve Carter.
So far.
We got a couple more. We're going to talk about NFL. We're going to talk about college. Let's talk about college basketball first.
Yeah, absolutely. Specifically.
Well, the Rebs have got 3 quad 1 wins in a row.
Yeah.
And almost beat Arkansas the game before that, who's a top 15 team in the country. We still got a long way to go to make the tournament, but I think we're like 70-something in the net now, but you want to be like top 40 at least. But we were like way down worse than that a couple weeks ago. We've made a big jump. We got Good stretch of games coming up. We got Auburn tomorrow night.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities coming up.
Just coming off a big win against State after going shooting 2 for 20 from 3 and still won.
Absolutely.
Josh Hubbard probably had the worst game that he's ever played.
Oh my God.
If you can be at the Pavilion tomorrow, please be there.
Yes, get there. It's an 8:00 game. We
Be
need
there,
a big
be
win
early.
against. We're playing Auburn. Auburn's a 1-point favorite. It's going to be a very good game. The SEC. I was looking, kind of did a little deep dive this morning. Right now, Joe Lenardi's bracketology has, I think, 9 teams in the tournament and a couple on the outside looking in, which I thought
9 SEC teams.
yeah, 9 SEC teams. My bad.
Yep.
But that's a little more than I thought they were going to. I was guessing like 6 or 7 because we're not that good as a conference this year. I don't feel like. Well, not as good as last year, but
I've been beating up on each other a lot so far in the early.
but we
SEC
we
games.
didn't do good. Like our non-conference SEC teams did not do good in the non-conference
No.
against like
other
big conferences. Yeah. But anyway, I'm thinking after I got to reading and looking more, 10-8 would get us in the tournament probably.
Yeah.
We're sitting.
I think 10's the number.
We're 3-2. I looked at the schedule a few times last night. I got us going 9-9. That was my guess the rest of the way. But either way, if he did go 9-9, he could still win 1 or 2.
This is one of his best coaching jobs.
It's going to have to be, I think, as
Yeah.
well too.
I think we're seeing it right now.
One thing, man, was killing us is that we have a quad 3 loss to Utah. They are we were like 15-point favorites in that game, and we got down by 15 in the second half. Come all the way back, had the lead.
Yeah.
They did hit a last second shot on us to beat us, but man, that's a bad loss.
What is Iowa looking like now?
They're looking pretty good. They were ranked for a
They
couple
were shooting
weeks.
when they played us.
They're a good team.
So it's not a bad loss then.
And I saw he's got Miami as like a 7 seed right now.
Okay.
There we
So I
go.
mean,
Like-
we've lost to some quality teams as well.
And you know, NC State's good. St. John's and Rick Pitino's got a good team. That's one of our other losses. But
Rick Pitino.
our only bad loss is to what we just talked about, Utah. Yeah.
Utah. Well, if the bad loss to Utah would be better if you would just like and subscribe. So we appreciate you guys. Go to Ole Miss 365 and check out their forums and their
Good
content. And we appreciate them for putting us on their platform.
By the way, a lot of State fans are calling for Jans' head.
Yeah.
Look, especially in today's college basketball, we've talked about some about this about Ole Miss, and we were struggling mightily early on. The portal, and it's just year to year now. Like you're not going to bat 1,000 in the
No.
portal. And if you miss on 1 or 2 kids in basketball in the portal, it's not going to
It's
go
not like
well.
football where you have 85.
It's not going to
scholarship
go
players.
well. And
Yeah.
like State fans are calling for Jans has been in the tournament all 3 years till this year. Now he hadn't won one in the tournaments yet, but if you're making the tournament a consistent tournament maker, you can't
Yeah.
fire him. I mean,
school,
come on.
a school like with all this money going in, a school like Ole Miss, a school like Mississippi State, they're not going to put as many resources towards basketball as like a Villanova or stuff like that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the chances of you making the tournament every single year is not very good. If you're making it, like he said, if you're being consistent by getting there
Yeah.
every other year, every 2 years, then that should be plenty enough to keep your job.
There's
But at the
also
same time, they're making crazy money now. So I mean, that's one.
But
there's a lot
gotta
of
be
good
realistic
basketball
about
players,
it,
though,
too.
I think
there's too many cords being pulled so early.
we were talking about offensive linemen not being being a dime a dozen, but they're not. I think good basketball
receivers
players
are.
Yeah. I'm saying I think basketball players are. There's a lot of very good basketball players around the country as well too. So I
That's
think there's
true. That
more.
is true.
And so there's not a dumbed down version of basketball. You can go play like 7-on-7 where you're good at catching passes and throwing stuff, but you're
Well,
not
not
good at
getting
football.
hit.
But there's a lot of basketball being played, so I think that's good for the game.
And I said this other night too. NIL and the portal and all that has made college basketball way better as a whole, as a product. Like watching that, man, there for a few years, it was almost got to where it was almost hard to watch. I could not watch college basketball hardly.
Yeah.
But I think Beers finally found the rotation. Right after Christmas, I think is when they started really starting to click. But you got Chest and Klafke.
Man, Travis
Now,
Perry.
speaking of Klafke, you talk about Josh Hubbard having his worst game.
Yeah, Klafke
He
has best.
had the clamps on him on defense in that first half.
Yep.
He's scared to shoot too. I mean,
he was on it. Klafke's always been a very good defensive player. He's just got to realize he can shoot.
Yep.
Catch the ball and shoot
Yep.
it.
like I said in the last pod, he's most good shooters, and Klafke is a good shooter. Most good shooters can't wait to shoot the thing when they get it.
There were a couple times on Saturday
Perry
night
ain't
where
scared to shoot it.
he got it and fired. I mean, there was one of them. He was in transition. He got it, and Klafke just absolutely drained one.
Well, Perry's coming on. D is finally getting his head out of his what.
Mm-hmm.
Store's starting to come on, and we talk about the Pinkins, Patton Pinkins, the coach's son. I mean, he's just.
I think Stores
He's starting to come on.
I think he might end up being a lottery pick.
I don't know about that, but he's starting
really
to come on.
He's a good basketball player. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
He's very athletic. He kind of reminds me of Murphy Holloway, kind of the way he plays, but a right-handed version of it.
Big Murph was fun to watch.
Yeah, Storr shoots it just a little bit better. Love you, Murph. I think Storr shoots it just a little bit better from outside.
From the free throw line, for sure.
Nobody's palming the ball like
There'll
Murph
be no
did.
Big Murph's. No Big Murph criticism.
You know, he's on
Uh-huh.
he's on the basketball radio now. We
I
listen to him Saturday night. Good job, good work by Murph.
We synced up the TV and the
Kellen's
radio.
gone,
That's
isn't
the best thing to do.
Kellen's quit doing that.
Gary Darby. Kellen's only on baseball and football now.
Yep.
Kellen
He's only
did.
doing this for 40 years. So.
Kellen did baseball. He's been doing baseball longer than that.
He did his first baseball game when he was 18 years old.
He started doing.
After he
Kellen.
lied.
Kellen did baseball for like 15 years or so before he even became football and stuff. But
He loves Seafood Junction.
does he? I didn't know that.
Every time you go in there, like no joke, go in there on a Thursday,
Kellen's in there.
David Kellum is there. Every time him and his wife are sitting right there. Every time.
Seafood Junction. Not a sponsor, but
No, but you can be.
you can be.
Coach O kind of took one on the chin Sunday to a team they'd already beat by 20-something points.
Coach O.
Coach O.
Coach Yo.
Coach Yo.
Oh, I thought you said Coach O. I was like,
Coach
what?
O.
What did he?
Yeah, Coach Yo. And she took, she said, hey, we just didn't get off the bus.
We didn't get off the
We didn't get off the
bus.
bus.
You know?
I like Coach O.
I do too. Coach O's that loss won't hurt them. They got a real good team. That'll be fine.
Speaking of Coach O, what you think? I don't know if it was today or if it's going to be tomorrow that she's supposed to be on the.
Stephen A.
Stephen A.
Smith.
Smith.
I bet it's tomorrow.
Today.
I think after these last couple comments he's made, I think she's fixing to cook his ass.
I hope so.
Like I really
Let
do.
him know.
She might.
Let him know how it really is down here.
I mean, yeah, she'll tell you.
Unless
Unless she says some very
We
bad
love
things, then
everybody.
we're screwed.
Absolutely.
we got a little NFL. We're going to kind of just touch on NFL for a
By
second.
the way, how awesome is it to be able to watch 4 football games and 3 of them be absolute barn burners?
Well, every playoff game has been good, but besides like 1 or 2, even going back to the first week.
That
Yeah.
was a catch, not an interception. That's all
I
I'm
didn't
gonna say.
think it was a catch.
I don't think it was an interception.
I don't think it was either.
So what are we going to do?
Incomplete pass.
They did the same thing in the Rams game, and then they called it a catch.
It's an incomplete interception is what it
The
was.
Bears
I
and
don't know what it
Rams. The Bears and Rams had an instant classic. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was wild.
Caleb Williams. I'm not a big fan, but I believe
He
he's
made
a
a
real
Trinidad
deal.
Chambliss play is what he did.
Yeah, he
There you
tried.
go.
He
we
reminded.
go.
I didn't put that together till last night. I was like,
Trinidad.
Trinidad reminds me of Caleb Williams a little bit.
Yeah.
Minus the zest.
No painting fingernails.
Yeah, he don't paint fair. He might though. I mean,
On Island time.
The Seahawks, look, the NFC West, 2 NFC West teams going for the NFC Championship. You heard how good the NFC West was all year.
Who did we pick last week? Do you got that wrote down?
I picked the Rams. I know that.
I picked everybody right except
I
for
didn't pick the Bills or the Patriots. I picked the
I picked the
I
Patriots.
picked against them.
who did I pick?
I did pick the Bills, though.
I mean, Buffalo. How do you get beat by Bo Nix?
my buddy's a big Broncos fan, and he said, "Man, we're done. The season's over." I was like, "Man, he ain't no better than." I said, "Steno's just as good as what Bo Nix to be. Y'all can still beat the Patriots."
Yeah, I didn't pick the Rams. That was my loss. But yeah, I went 3.
That's
for
right. Y'all
4.
both
I went 3
picked
for
the
4.
Bears.
Yeah, I went.
I
3
think
for 4.
we've all did.
But I could have gone for 4 for 4.
For four.
Four for four.
I missed on the
Not a
Bills.
sponsor,
Not
but
a
you
sponsor,
could be.
Wendy's, but
I
you could
missed on the Bills games. The only one I missed on, I think, last week.
Hmm.
And look, you got people knocking Josh Allen. He can't win the big game, but you heard it for years about John Elway couldn't win the big one, and Peyton Manning couldn't win the big one.
He'll get there.
Josh Allen, he's going to be perfectly fine. But they did fire their coach today, kind of a surprising move.
I didn't like that. I really didn't.
It's kind of like by the way, shout out to Wilder's fit in the studio here.
Yeah.
It's like John Richards asked, he said on one of the group messages, like, who you going to go hire? You know, it's going to be any better.
He asked them. Okay. All right.
I thought you said John Richards' ass. And
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
These
just,
subtitles.
I just got breaking news on my watch that CBS, there's a deleted post that Miami had already won the national championship. There's and somebody saw it and just sent it to me.
Put your bets in, folks.
So put your bets in.
People on Twitter.
I think Miami's is the script in?
They filmed this in the hangar in
filmed this in
Nevada
a
2
hangar
weeks
in
ago.
You
Area 51.
know, they were talking about it during the Fiesta Bowl that if you went on their website before the game started, that it had the Miami merch from where they won the Fiesta
Really?
Bowl, and you'd get. And they said there were screenshots on the board. Anyway, you'd go to the Ole Miss side, and it would be nothing.
nothing.
And then you go to the Miami side, and it'd be all the championship stuff.
Oh,
so I
man.
mean, I don't know.
The fix is in. Woo woo.
I feel like
So we got New England and Denver, and then we
Yeah.
got the Rams and the Hawks in the Final Four.
Is that okay? That's not. I thought this had -7 for a second.
it does.
It is what the spread is.
It is 7 points.
Well, Nix is out.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nick's
yeah.
RIP his ankle. Not only that, Buffalo, but you ended
Okay.
up getting beat by a guy with a broken
So
ankle.
it's New England -7.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
Hammer.
it's out next
Yeah,
to
I do
Denver.
have my
Who's
Denver.
our backup? Stidham?
Yeah.
Hammer.
Man, like Nick sets the world on fire.
No,
though.
but I mean,
He's a game manager.
That's a lot of points in the NFL, which I mean,
Yeah.
the 49ers were 7-point favorites over the the Seahawks were 7-point favorites over the 49ers. You saw how that game went. But.
yeah, the opening kickoff. That was so fun.
Well, guys, let's go watch the national championship. Y'all got anything?
I think that's it. Let's go watch some football.
Go to Ole Miss 365. Ole Miss 365. You want a good, wholesome, good, rebel-loving
A
crew.
nice forum.
Yeah.
The Don's on the forum, blowing it up, giving some takes.
It's starting
on
to
there as
finally,
well, too.
it's starting to finally pick up. More members and stuff coming in. It's kind of starting to get more traffic on there. But
Upvote.
upvote.
Y'all like and subscribe on the
Howdy,
YouTube
howdy.
page.
Howdy.
Now give us a like on Spotify, rate and review us, and we should appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night.
We're up on all platforms.
Give us let's get a thumbnail, thumbs up. All right. All right, good deal. Adios.
This has been a Where You Media production. You can find us anywhere you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave us a comment. What's your sentiment?